And we're back with more Resident Evil 2. Lee and Strife here with Leon, who's running his way through a sewer with guns. Some dude named Ben got poked by a thing and got killed by a thing. Killed him like a million things.
And do you notice that the water here isn't murky?
Yeah, it's water. It's weird water. It's invisible water. It's weird. I don't know.
Okay, I have the final plug, and I've got the weapons I need.
Yeah, so we're gonna try and finish this in 2 episodes. If it takes 3, it takes 3, but yeah, we'll try and finish Leon in this set of recordings and then get to Claire's on Tuesday or Thursday if possible. Because we're recording this on a Sunday. And that's a big meaty turducken that's looking mean.
Oh, gross, gross, gross. Don't compare things like this to food.
Oh.
Actually, I'm just gonna do this.
Uh,
That'll get rid of all the little ones. And now that I've killed that thing, I won't need the rocket launcher for a while, so...
Alright. Back to big gun.
Yeah, it's a big gun.
But yeah, we were kind of running through our head. We were just dealing with stuff off camera, and we were like, "Are we gonna keep going? Or are we gonna cut?" Because I have to go on vacation on Saturday next week. I'm going on vacation to see my family Saturday to Wednesday night, so I'll be back doing Thursday. But my Thursday and probably the next Saturday is going to be me trying to catch up on Persona and Odin Sphere. So we're just figuring out how we're going to get through this and the rest of Claire's scenario A. And a flying Ada appears.
Yeah, seriously, if you had the time today, we could probably get through both of these.
Yeah, and I don't have a problem with that.
Not to mention that thing that got...
I was there.
I'm good with it.
Yeah, I don't have anything else important to do today.
As an officer,
The girls' room is finally... You can actually look in there and see the floor. I'm happy.
Yeah.
They even vacuumed it this morning.
We'll do this your way.
Yeah, so depending on when this finishes, it's certainly doable to do Claire's in one shot too, and then that would set me up to just worry about going on vacation. And then, because I have plenty of Persona stuff. I mean, I even did Persona episodes this morning before we started recording, but I'm like, between that and doing stuff for podcasting, because I'm dealing with Mega May, which is a bunch of different Mega Man games, like Mega Man Legends and Battle Network. So yeah, actually getting this all done in one fell swoop would actually be a good thing. Because I also want to get back to doing some near stuff, but Mega May is keeping me busy. Sewer manager.
The sewer manager... See. User list of the connecting facility. On the first and third Wednesdays of the month, Angelica Margaret, Chief of Maintenance, will make use of the facilities. Be sure to reduce the moisture levels in the facility by activating the fan, as the equipment she will be using is susceptible to the effects of water vapors. On the 28th of every month, the chemical transporter Don Weller will use the facility. The chemicals he will be transporting are extremely volatile. Extreme caution should be observed throughout their transport. On the 6th and 16th of every month, Police Chief Brian Irons will visit the facility to attend the regular meetings that take place in the lab. On the fourth Friday of every other month, William Birkin will use the facility to conduct a training seminar for the Chicago branch of Umbrella Inc. As the probability of an attack upon Dr. Birkin will be high, take every measure conceivable to guard his life. You will be informed of all other potential visitors and the times they will arrive as needed. Guide these individuals to their destination safely. We expect nothing but the best from you. Charles Coleman, Secretary Chief, Umbrella Headquarters. So
It's all a big scheme.
this lets you know about the fan that I have to get the Val Vandal out for.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, that. And then... No, I don't have anything else that I can put that blue herb on. So I'll just end up carrying an extra blue herb.
Knowing they're probably going to deal with the stupid spiders again might not hurt. Leon's like, don't look at my password. Leon A. Control room. Yeah, because other than getting food or taking a break here and there, I'm good for the rest of the day. I don't have anything planned.
Okay, and all I need is the gun, really.
Magnum.
Yeah, I think I can handle it with just the gun. I'm not going to bother going into that little storage room down there because literally all that's in there is ammo that I don't need to pick up.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, it's this lady.
Leon, that woman was... I have to talk to...
Well, Leon will be there for a little while.
Uh-huh.
Well, as I was going to say, because we were trying to come up with ideas for what to do, mostly like in between Persona, because to me, like I'm halfway through Persona and I'm like episode 55 or 60. It's actually shorter than Persona 5 Royal was by a lot, like a good 20 or 30 hours, so it's going to take a way less time to worry about.
Oh my god,
Probably as long as it's
going
to take to get... Yeah, it's going to take about as long as to get through this pipe full of beetles and bugs.
Roaches. Worse.
Roaches. Worse, yes. Because there'll be that. But yeah, Odin Sphere would be like 60 to 70, give or take. Damn it, why is she such a good shot?
Don't move. You're the one who was with that cop, if I'm not mistaken.
She's also one of her husband's
Identified.
bodyguards.
Ada Wong.
I don't
Ada
know, I'm
Wong.
just
I've
spitballing
heard that
there.
name before. Now I remember. One of the men from Chicago who came to assist the T-virus research used his girlfriend's name as his password. Ada and John. How did you know? Who are you? Annette Birkin. My husband is the man responsible for the creation of the T-virus. What? John's dead. He became one of those zombies. My condolences. And although I regret this, you will be joining him shortly. I won't let anyone take the G-virus away. G-virus? It's capable of creating the ultimate bioweapon. Its potential is even greater than that of the Then that must mean the creature in the police department is... Precisely. My husband, William. And it's all Umbrella's fault. None of this would have happened if they hadn't tried to steal his research away from him.
Create one super soldier serum, you create a zombie virus.
It's sheer perfection. My precious G-virus. No one will ever take you away from me.
Wouldn't exactly call it perfect.
There he is.
So you
No.
finally come.
Doctor, we're here to collect the G-Virus sample.
Sorry, but I won't just hand over my life's work.
Stop. You might hit the sample. That's it, all right. Okay, let's move out.
William. Oh my. Hold on, darling. I'm taking care of that bullet wound first. Stay here.
Alpha team, have you retrieved the sample yet?
Affirmative. You'll be at the rendezvous within 1 minute.
Roger.
Are you telling me that he injected the G-Virus into his own body? The G-Virus has the ability to revitalize cellular functions.
What was that? Something's wrong. Let's check it out. Over there. Shoot! Eat this, you freak! I'm stopping it! What is this thing? Hurry! What is this thing? Fire! Son of a...
Yeah, I gotta
It looks-
say, I'm not really a super huge fan of the Resident Evil remakes in general. I absolutely hate the third remake for its glaring mistakes.
So those rats
But
were the carriers of the virus.
One thing the Resident
As a
Evil
result of his
2 remake
virus
did really well
transportation,
was Annette.
William should have lost any prior memories he had as a human man. Even worse,
She
every G-Virus
she wasn't
bioweapon,
so
including William, has the ability to implant
wasn't as
memories
insane
into other
in the remake as she is in
Uh,
this
and
one.
create offspring. No.
Yeah, I guess their first inclination is just to point a gun at people.
In the first one, she actually does not have any hostility towards Leon once she finds out who he is. And when she finds out that Claire is actually on Sherry's side, like she's so much more helpful when it comes to Claire because of Sherry. And she actually works with Claire instead of trying to work against her.
Yeah, because who would have thought pointing guns at people makes people angry at you?
And in that scenario, okay, spoilers here, of course, duh. But
It's been 25 years. I think we're good.
no, I'm talking about the remake.
Ah, that one's been 2 years.
So a little bit longer than 2. But when it comes to the part where Annette dies in the remake, like when they were having to make the vaccine for Sherry, like not only does Claire give her Claire is able to give her the vaccine, but they're actually able to have a scene where Sherry is there when her mother dies and is able to say goodbye to her.
That does sound a little better than just, oh, she's missing. Bye now.
Yeah, and it's sad, but it's also more humanized.
Yeah.
Like it's just one of those moments that you don't realize is missing until you actually watch it and realize that that's something that the first game could have done,
Yeah.
but didn't. Oh,
God.
Leon! Bad boy.
Leave your puke on the floor of somebody else's sewer system.
I'm gonna go
But
ahead
yeah,
and
I-
just drop this here while I've got it.
Yeah, because as stated before, we're always kind of thinking through, like, what's the next thing. Because that's something that people do have to be mindful of, is what is coming up next. And I think it, like, Persona and Odin's here are probably going to end at the same time. because that would give. We're still banking on Kingdom Hearts being the thing we're gonna do next, but there's no guarantees. But if that happens, then that's gonna be a thing. And then with this, it'll be like maybe Legaia if we can get it. You know, because you were talking about the scenery glitches. If possible, we can add that into the polls. You know, because we were pleasantly surprised by the interest that there was in Legaia 1. So it's certainly
Honestly, I
something.
wasn't. I kept
You were
telling
Well, the fact that, hey, for every Persona video that's getting like 3 to 4 views, Legaia is getting like 20 to 40. So it's like, well, that shut my ass up in a big hurry.
I kept
Mr. Oh
telling
my.
you.
Yeah, Mr. I love Persona, so everybody loves Persona. And I'm like, I love Persona, and it's got a fan base, but
Persona has a fan base, but some of the old school games have an even bigger one. Especially
Yeah.
since they've had so long to develop a cult following.
and like I said, there are enough people, especially with the Persona remakes, to like everybody's gonna probably make a video or stream on those. But Legaia is so limited in this exposure that I can understand
look, you
it
can
being.
see it clearly. Look at that.
Oh. Uh-oh. That's a big gator.
Yes, it is.
Why do they leave these things in the sewers? They don't, they
Whoa!
don't cause
What
it.
the fuck?
What the fuck? Leon, you okay there?
I think that thing is glitching it out.
Uh-oh. 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 Oh, thank God. Game, you doing okay there?
That thing was glitching it was glitching. That's what was the big alligator was causing the glitches.
Okay, good. Well,
Because it's fine now if you notice.
yeah, because I think for me it's get Odin Sphere done,
Leon.
then do
Bullet
B
wound isn't making
scenarios.
things any easier.
Quiet, Leon. I'll patch you up.
Okay, see what she's doing right here. This is something you didn't get to see.
That's 2 I owe you.
His costume is going
mention
to
it.
look like this for the rest of the game, and you didn't get to see that with the alternate costume he
I
was
just
wearing.
Ah, yeah.
John's dead.
What?
In our
Never
first
mind.
playthrough, I actually
just
had
get out
gotten
of
the
here.
special locker
sooner
key
the-
from the Brad zombie, so Leon spent the entire game dressed as a biker.
Yeah, he looked fab.
He did. He looked awesome.
But yeah, Odin's here, and then what could be Legaia 2 or some other game. Because a lot of games have really, like, because that's the thing with the Odin Sphere thing, was a lot of games like Legaia, or Illusion of Gaia and Super Mario RPG were also getting votes, so I just made a judgment call on it. Legaia 2 is probably going to be in the same boat as those.
Okay, June 28th. This is the Sewer Manager Diary.
Hey!
It's been a while, but I saw Don today, and we talked after completing our work. He told me he'd been sick in bed until yesterday. It really doesn't come as much as a surprise given how long he's been working here. He was sweating like a horse and kept scratching his body while we were talking. I asked if he was hot, but he just looked at me funny. What's wrong with him anyway? July 7th. Chief Irons has been visiting the lab quite often lately. I don't know what he is doing over there, but he always looks grim. The expression on his face has been even more unsettling than usual. My guess is that it's because of Dr. Birkin's impossible requests. The chief has my sympathies, though. After all he's done for the town, he doesn't deserve this. Bullshit. July 21st. I rarely drink because I'm on the graveyard shift, but I don't suppose I have much to complain about, since this is how I make my living. August 16th. Chief Irons came in late today looking grimmer than his usual self. I tried to joke with him to cheer him up, but he wasn't amused. He pulled his gun and threatened to shoot me. I was able to calm him down, but that guy must have some serious problems. He knows he can't enter the lab without my help and my medal. This is what it means for the chief to serve and protect. August 21st. William informed me that the police and media have begun their investigation on Umbrella's affairs. He said that the investigation will be citywide and that there's a possibility they'll even search through the sewers. He asked me to suspend all Umbrella sewer facility operation until the investigation is concluded. The sewer will still be used for passage, but he stressed that I have to be extremely cautious and that I'd lose my job if anyone finds out about this operation.
But yeah, getting back to the schedule going forward, the idea was, I think, spacing out stuff like Final Fantasy so that it didn't just become a Final Fantasy channel. Because I have nothing wrong with that, obviously, given my name and the stuff I like playing, but there is something to be said for having a Legend of Legaia playthrough, a Resident Evil playthrough, you know, cool stuff like this that we don't get to do all the time, or you don't think about because, oh, there's a game that everybody likes to play. You know, Final Fantasy 7 and 8 were great and all, but it's like playing them all back to back to back was like, oh god, now we got to do the remake. Now we got to do the pixel remasters. That's a lot of Final Fantasy that could be a year's worth of content spaced out for a long, long, long time. Bye, dead guy. Or not.
There we go.
Yeah. Because Legaia took...
How did he get up from that? I must not have been.
Weird. But yeah, because Legaia took 49-ish episodes, I think. And a lot of it... I mean, it was a shorter game, but you still... That's the cool thing about games like that, is it allows for games like this to stand out. Because this playthrough is only 5 or 6 episodes. You put in the Claire stuff, it's 10 at most. It's like 11. It's like, that's a nice change of pace, you know? Because I wasn't doing that for forever. For like 2 or 3, you know, like 2 years or so, I was just bam, bam, bam. East 8, Persona 4, Persona 5, boop-a-doop. And that's like hundreds of episodes of investment, you know, on some occasions, or 70 episodes. But now stuff like this is like, oh, this is here for 3, this is here for 5. That's kind of nice a little bit, you know? Mm-hmm. It's nice not having to sit there and go,
That's also, playthroughs are shorter, and it's giving, it's something, I don't know, I guess it's something that people can enjoy a little bit easier because they don't have to worry about having to, like, how long it's going to take to watch all of it.
Yeah, but that's also the... Oh, shit. Well, Ada took a fall. Ah, there's so many glitches. Weird. Stop trying to grab me! I don't taste good. No! My hand. No! Ow! Well.
Well, it's a little glitchier than it used to be, but it still looks pretty.
Yep. It still works. But again, I think what also is strange is because I tried to... What I was trying to do for a while was doing an RPG playthrough on Twitch, and then a main game on this channel. But ever since I had to move to 2 because my internet was just insufferable, I had to think through, like, there has to be a shorter game to make up for the fact that a longer one, or at least a more intensive one, you know, takes that morning spot or that afternoon spot. So, To be fair, a lot of the views happen at 6 p.m. for that second game, which has coincided with a lot of our stuff. So there is a benefit to that. But I'm not saying that those early playthroughs aren't getting views, though. It is game dependent still. Because Phoenix Wright was still getting viewership until Tales of Arise. Like, I just think it has more to do with Tales of Arise and Persona 4 being, you know, what they are, as opposed to, hey, you know. But I still think the shorter playthroughs being on at a later time slot does help. Because then it says, hey, I don't have 20 episodes or 30 episodes to watch. I only have 10. Yay, I can do 10 episodes of Resident Evil. I can do 10 episodes of Dino Crisis. I can do 3 episodes of Punch-Out. So there's something to be said for spacing out these long-ass RPGs that I enjoy. You know, 50, 60, 70, sometimes 200 episodes with something that's 10, if that. Because even the stuff like Castlevania is only going to be like 10 or 15 episodes per game, you know. Because, I mean, we're episode 4 in this, and we're almost done with this section. So, Remington shotgun.
Yeah,
Ooh.
the original was the mini version, and now that I've added the parts, now it's the full shotgun.
Oh.
Now, if you notice, I've got a custom handgun, a custom shotgun. I think I'm gonna not use the Magnum parts and just keep the regular Magnum, though.
Because didn't you say the Magnum goes way slower?
It does. It goes way slower.
And you said it was an instant death shot anyway, so it didn't help.
Yeah.
But yeah, the reason that I stress these sorts of things is because it is a thought process. Because a lot of people are like, how do you do content? How do you do channels? How do you do whatever? And I've always kind of maintained a sort of like, not laissez-faire attitude, but like, I think people forget that there is an importance to having a niche to a degree. I think if you're on Twitch, having a variety mindset works because a lot of people are there to watch a streamer or whatever. When people are searching stuff for YouTube content, they're specifically searching for a thing. And I'm not well known enough to say people are watching this to watch me at this point.
You know,
If I had... go ahead.
Some people on Twitch are there to watch a specific game, too. That's how they find streamers.
And I've been kind of that way. Like, I don't watch a streamer to watch a streamer until I know them. I'm there to watch a game. And it's same thing. If a person, say, is a Final Fantasy VI randomizer player or whatever, and they'd suddenly decide to play Earthbound or something, like, I'm not there to watch Earthbound. I'm going to skip that stream, you know? Same thing could be said. Like, a certain part of a game could be so stupid or so long. It's like, I don't want to watch you play that part of the game, but I'll come back for that one, you know? Because that's also a thing. I do that too sometimes when I'm watching back some of the footage. Like, I'm like, I want to watch every single episode, but that's 2 episodes a day. That's a lot of shit. And, you know, I totally understand people are like, I don't have the time of my day to watch all your shit, Strife. Stop putting everything up there. I'm like, the best I can do is just make content and hope people enjoy it, you know? And the same thing for you, I think. It's like, you started jumping in on this stuff, and I do think the channel has benefited quite a bit because of that, for many reasons. But it's not a mandatory thing. All anyone can ever do when they're creating content, whether they're streaming or YouTubing, is hoping and praying people find it amusing and fun and watch it. Yes, there are things...
Many reasons, you say. Okay.
Well, you're better at these games than I am. That helps.
Well, not all of them. Oh.
Believe me, if I tried to play this, this would have taken like 20 episodes. I know I would be dying quite a bit. And I wouldn't know what the hell to talk about.
Okay.
Yay. Glitch into non-existence, you freak.
That was actually the mistake that I made versus with the first playthrough. I didn't run past him and get some distance first.
Ah.
I learned my lesson.
Don't die on me, Ada. Come on. Wake up.
For
Come
some
on.
reason, some of these boss monsters are causing like little weird glitchy things, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
But it's not like
It's not so bad that it's anything like. It's like the cutscenes when they're full motion cutscenes. They're a little delayed in the dialogue, but I'm like, not that worried about it. Let's see, 30. Shouldn't be that much left of. We're already in the lab.
Hey, take it
yeah, we're
easy.
already in the lab.
We're inside Umbrella's secret
So
lab.
one more episode is
Sometimes I
probably
treat that
doable.
wound to
Yep.
just
But I'll only slow you down with these injuries. Go. Save.
I told you, it's my job to look after
How about this? I'll go ahead and I'll do the main
In
fuse, and
danger
then we'll
of
turn the
staying
rest of
away.
it into the last
I
episode.
know I've only known
That
you
works.
for a short period of time.
Oh yeah, the thing with the freezer. Got it.
I
I know I'm not capable of caring about anyone, but
I'm
I
not
don't-
capable of caring about
we're
anyone.
leaving this place.
Oh, it gets worse.
Wait here for me. I'll be right.
Oh, I'm kind of glad I'm rewatching this because I now know what's
Dude.
gonna happen.
Wait until you get to the B scenario, and she's just like, "I'm only a woman who fell for you."
Wow, really?
Really? Dude, I can't make this stuff up. I'm not that creative.
Oh God, I'm like I said, we were talking about Fruits Basket the other episode, and I've been watching something known as Kabukicho Sherlock, and it's basically a weird ass take on the Sherlock Holmes stuff with some references, but one of the characters who's not from the normal Sherlock stuff was this like, I don't know, this weird clean freak dude. So they work in this like dive bar that's run by like a cross-dressing dude or whatever, and he's got these 2 or 3 main girls. So he falls for one of them, and he's doing the thing like giving them gifts and whatever, and he goes through like 20 million different scenarios. He's one of those types that like thinks through every single thing before actually like just up and talking to the girl to see if they actually, like them, right? And he's like, I'll give you a ring, I'll give you a thing, and she's just pawning them off for merch. And I'm like, well, of course she would. She doesn't know this guy. This guy's giving her rings and fur coats and dates and all this junk. And what's she supposed to do? They barely met for half a fucking second because he's a scrub. I'm like, what is he supposed to think?
Madonna, a material girl.
Yeah, and
All
there's
the
also
guys-
this.
The director in that one,
Yeah.
the super freaking rich director, sending her all these expensive gifts, and she's talking on the phone to her best friend, and she's like, I think this is real diamonds. And then she's like, it's nice though, you want it? She's like, I
Wow.
don't care about all this stuff.
Yeah, because again, it's like Leon and Ada know each other for 2 hours, if that.
If that.
Just because it's this freaking zombie apocalypse. Like, sure, love at first sight is a totally real thing, I'm sure. I'm sure in some strange way, like, that could happen. And under duress, oh God, I'm trying to save this person I've never met who's fighting alongside me to do some. Did you ask her what her life is like? Did you ask her who she lost that guy, that John dude, like 10 minutes ago. We found out that John is dead. So she falls for this guy instead? Why? Under what reason? Why would she? Just because he carried her off of a freaking gondola that was infected by some guy? I don't know.
For Leon, she just wanted him to think she did because it made her job easier.
Yeah, and Leon is the easiest mark on the planet. I mean, to be fair. Oh, there's another dead guy.
I went the wrong way.
Oh.
But it's good that I did because later on when I have to come this way, I shouldn't have to kill these again.
Yay. But again, like, could I see Leon and Ada falling for each other someday? Sure, maybe in another game or two. Not 2 hours into this.
You know what?
Like,
honestly, not after what happens with Leon and Ada in Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, and even then, because that brings into question the whole.
Dude, what the fuck? You know what? It's the talking. I'm getting derailed again. I'm supposed to just be staying in the fucking middle of the room and putting the main fuse in.
Oh, well, we're killing things, so it helps. But still, it's like, not every story needs to have a love story just for the sake of a love story. Not everybody has to fall for each other just because that's the thing. We're getting into that whole, is it a thing just to have a thing? And I'm like, no. They can just be police guy who's rough around the edges, but trying to be helpful, and a super hot lady who's trying to do stuff because he's a super hot lady doing stuff for other reasons. They don't have to just be together because the plot said so. It's just... not every story has to have a man and a woman, or a man and a girl and a girl falling for each other just because that's... It's all about chemistry. And I've said what I've said about Squall and Renoa over and over, but I think of their chemistry, they have more chemistry than Ada and Leon do, at least at this stage in their lives. Imagine what that says. The fact that I'm willing to admit that Squall and Renoa actually do something right for once.
That's because Renoa wasn't a scheming spy who's just using her feminine wiles to get guys to do what she wants.
Yeah, imagine how beneficial that is when you're actually treating somebody with respect.
And Squall's not some puppy dog-eyed little rookie. I mean, holy shit, he actually kind of is a puppy dog-eyed little rookie. But he's not so super naive that he's not aware of how the world works around him.
Yeah, Squall even admits that he sees that they're trying to get them together. It's like, he's at least self-aware. Leon has a fucking brick for a head.
Didn't you want to stop here?
Yeah, we got sidetracked by the whole chemistry situation. But yes, last episode should be next time. We'll see what happens with Leon and Ada, even though we just kind of gave it away. We don't care. It's next time. We'll see you.